Coffee Club.
Here we go with the Coffee Club on a Friday morning, the 30th of May, being brought to you in part by Owens Ordnance. Stomp into the store there. Nice shop here in downtown McCook. We have a lot of guests in studio. Should be a fun show today. We've got Community Hospital here promoting the Pro-Am that's coming up. And also the MFL, McCook Football League, is ready to go. Registration coming up in July. And got some summer camps and things we're going to talk about with Joe and his guys. So I think let's get to it. Let's do the introductions. Danette, Jessica, Justin, and Troy in for the Community Hospital for the Pro-Am. And, I mean, you guys are literally getting ready to go. We're a week out, right, Jessica?
We are a week out. A week from today, we will be on the course, getting things ready. Pros and golfers are going to be showing up for our 36th annual Pro-Am at Heritage Hills.
Can we carbon copy today's weather for next week?
I'm good with that. Everybody good?
Yeah.
Everybody good? Yeah.
Boy, does it look good.
Definitely, that'd be fantastic.
Justin, the course looks fantastic. That rain the last few days really helped, right?
It has been great. I've heard a lot of different numbers going around, but I think we're about 70 hundredths out there, and that is perfect. If we get that again a couple more times, would be fantastic, but we will take what we can get.
Yeah, and when it comes slower like that, much more appreciated than here you go.
Yes.
So let's talk the Pro-Am. So let's back up. What is this for, and what do you guys do?
Absolutely. The Pro-Am is one of our major events at the Community Hospital Health Foundation. We have two major events every year. We start with the Pro-Am in the spring, and we end with our Concert for Healthcare in the fall. And this is one you've probably been hearing the commercials on Coyote Country, and inviting our community to come join us. This year, we have darn near got a full slate. We can take in 28 teams. We have 27, and that is huge. So I appreciate that. It's just that opportunity for us to really engage with our community, look for those wonderful sponsorships out there that help us fund equipment purchases, patient assistance, capital building projects throughout the year. So we're excited to come up this next Friday. We bring in pros, do an exciting horse race at the end of the day. So in essence, what we do is we meet up in the morning. We've already matched up these teams with a pro. They spend the day on the course playing 18 holes. It's a shamble this year. So anybody unfamiliar with the shamble, everybody plays their own ball off of the tee. And then after that first drive, then you're, sorry, I said that wrong. Everybody hits there, but then the best ball is the one that you run off of that team. And then you play your own ball after there. So that just kind of helps at least get you down the
probably quickens play just a little bit too.
Exactly. and that's what we've seen. Last year, I think we were done by like 3:00. So
perfect.
Absolutely. Just a gorgeous day, fun day. Get that opportunity to spend some time with the pro, get that time to network and spend your time with your friends, and spend a little time with the community hospital, learn a little bit more about us. We're going to have a couple of groups out on the course this year. Excited to have our sports medicine group out there, and as well as our home health and hospice group. So they'll be out there kind of chatting with players and having a couple of fun games out there and raising a little bit of funds for their areas. And so again, just a great fundraiser. We'll be doing a raffle out there. If you're interested in raffling, come out first thing in the morning. We've got a couple of silent auction things that'll be going on. But just a really great day. Can't say enough about our sponsors. We've got 73 sponsors. I can go through the top portions of my list a little bit here, but 73. I mean, we talk very often about how community support is so important for a community hospital, and we truly feel that. I mean, it's so humbling to go around and chat with our variety of business supporters in the area and what they've provided in funds and raffle prizes, gift certificates, etc., to support us. And this has just been huge. So thank you to our community for that. Just excited to have this event, it's coming.
It's really good. 1 week from today. And Troy, I mean, for you, it's a great opportunity to see some people that, you don't see other parts of the year too.
Yeah, well, a lot of the teams are in sponsors for this that have teams or people that are back east or around the country, and they come in to do this because they support us in other ways throughout the year. So we get to see a lot of people all at once that we may only see once or twice a year, or maybe every couple of years. So that's really nice. And then just the community itself, because we're so busy doing what we do, and I don't golf on league because I'm not that good, but I've done it before. But
we give lessons out at Heritage Hills, by the way.
Shameless plug.
It costs money and takes time.
Yeah.
So I get to see a lot of people from the community that I don't normally see. And then with the horse race at the end, you get a chance to really spend some time with people.
Yeah. That's really good. Now, for you, the hospital, does its thing. But to be able to have the foundation like this, how does that change things for you? And just being able to have that kind of support, the financials backing, to be able to, take care of some of those big ticket items.
Well, it's even more important today. I've spent a lot of time in Washington and on advocacy this year with the things going on, but it's tougher and tougher every year to have a margin in the industry we're in. Just inflation is really tough, and the people that pay for health care can't afford to pay that much more, and certainly the federal government doesn't want to continue to pay that much more. And so with the margins the way they are, having this available to us is really great. But beyond that, the foundation works hand in hand with us on what our mission is, and they go out, and the sponsors aren't just sponsors. We really try to involve them in healthcare. We really try to get them to use the services we have that can help them and their employees be healthier. And more, Jessica and Danette and team have been, and others in the hospital have been getting more of our partners that sponsor these events involved in those things. And that's really what would make me happy, is to see more and more employers use this, because it just helps your employees. And the healthier we are, the less expensive health insurance is. It's really a win-win, and heck, maybe the longer we live, and the healthier lives we live. So they really are a part of our mission without a doubt. So.
All right, Justin, talk about the course as a whole. Anything new, anything different? You can give a shout out for the course itself.
Yeah, this year we came out a winner, a little tough. Clint and Chris and their crew have been really doing a good job of getting the course up in shape. The water table's been down. We've been battling some of the conditions, windy and dry so far this year. But again, the Lord blessed us with some rain this last week, and the course is really starting to shape up. It's looking really good for the Pro-Am. I made it out for 3 holes last night, and it kicked my butt once again. So we're gonna.
'Tis Heritage Hills.
It is Heritage Hills, exactly. It's in really good shape right now, and we are excited to have some guys come out and see what numbers we see on Friday. So, yeah.
Favorite hole this year? What's your favorite hole out there?
Favorite hole this year? I really like hole 2. It's a gettable par 5. It favors a fade, but if you overfade it, we have that out of bounds right. So it's just try to keep it there and give yourself a chance to get on in 2 and maybe make a putt, but you can get lost in the weeds left too. So
there you go.
Oh, that I know.
You got to watch that fade.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, the Pro-Am, do you have any room for teams yet, or where you at?
No, we are closed at this point just because it's dotting I's and crossing T's, and we're excited to get going.
Just a reminder, folks, when we start talking about it, get your name in, because if you were thinking now you were in, you're out. So that is coming up next week, and a big thanks to all the sponsors. We'll hit all those at the end of the show. All right. Going to talk with Joe Vetrosky, and he has brought some of his players in. Is this camps, is MFL, a little bit of everything? What's the season for you?
I think it's exciting to get in here, and appreciate Jesse to. Really, our summer kicks off on Monday, and I think that's what's we're most looking forward to. We had a great school year, and I brought some guys in here, and they're rubbing the eyes a little bit, getting ready for that camp season coming up.
We got one.
We got Trey Tiller over here, and Gabe Roberts, and Tristan Campbell, and we just really feel really good about the guys we coming back this year. These three guys sitting here have played a lot of ball for us, along with others, and so we're just excited about the group we got coming up, the team we got coming back. We feel like we had a really good season last year. We want to build upon that, but Monday really kicks that off. We start our own install camp with our older players, so it obviously includes these guys and the rest of our high school players, and we'll do that in the mornings. And then, really want to make sure we put a plug in for our youth camp that's coming up next week. We do this on purpose. We have our older players in the morning, and then at 10:30 to noon for those 4 days, Monday through Thursday, we bring in our youth in the community and some outside of our community. We're welcome to anybody. But what an awesome camp. We really feel like we put on a great camp for our youth, 2nd through 8th grade. We get close to 200 kids that sign up for that, and
wow.
And so it's just really neat to get all the kids out there. Yeah, we get out there and we try to jam as much football as we can in 4 days. The kids learn a bunch, but I'll always say the best, marketing tool for it, or the most impactful thing about it, is they get to hang out with our older players. They get a chance to be around us coaches, because then when you get to the fall and you're playing on Friday nights, as you said before, it's kind of hard to recognize these guys sometimes because they're wearing all the gear and helmets like that and those things. But when you get to that youth camp, you can those kids start seeing who those guys are and putting a name to a face. And then
their arms are getting bigger, their legs are getting bigger.
Yeah, they are. It's great. I sit with these guys around me and I think about watching them come up through the youth programs, and that's what it's all about. It's hard to believe how fast those guys grow up, and here they are sitting here as seniors, and I think that's what makes it most impactful, and getting to see those kids grow up. The game of football, sports for that matter, we spend a lot of time together over the years, and talking about our youth camp coming up next week, all these guys did that, and then as you put a plug in for Jesse coming up in July, our McCook Football League, all these guys strapped it up for that as well. And I think the overarching thing is we just really want to have opportunities in the summer for our kids, for our youth, to get involved in the football program. Summer's an awesome time. We just want to be a part of it. I think that's what it is at the end of the day. And we have such great community support. We got the community hospital members up here. They sponsor us for McCook Football League. It's so fitting you guys are sitting here today. We can't do it without you. There's just so many people all in it together in McCook, and to put it all together in a lot of different ways. And then with our youth camp, Acme Printing and MNB are huge sponsors for us. They are the sponsors for us. It just takes a collective effort, and we just really want to be a part of the summer for all our kids, and just looking forward to it.
So let's run through the guys here. Tell us your name, what position you play, and what you're excited about for this year.
I'm Tristan Campbell. I play running back and safety, and I'm excited for our seasons coming this year because I think we showed a lot of what we're capable of last year, but unfortunately came up short in the second round of playoffs. So that's what I'm most excited for.
Yeah.
Hello, my name's Gabe Roberts. I'm number 45. I play inside linebacker and tight end. I think I'm most excited for just building off of last year. I mean, all off season, everybody's been in the weight room. We've been working hard. We've been doing all the right things. I'm just excited to see all that hard work pay off when the season finally comes.
Yeah. All right, and Trey?
I'm Trey Tiller. I'm number 55. I play center and D-end, and I would agree with Gabe. I'm just most excited to see us improve on last year and have a good season.
All right. Well, excited about it. If anybody wants to be involved in any of your camps or MFL, is there kind of a place a home base for that?
Yeah, so Monday when we start our youth camp at 10:30, we most definitely accept walk-up registrations. We encourage that. Anybody that didn't happen to get a registration in, we'll have a handful of people that'll show up, and we'll have registrations available. We'll be at the high school, behind the high school, that parking lot in the middle of the junior high and high school, and we'll start that at 10:30 and go to noon, and we'll do that for 4 days. So if you didn't get signed up, please come on out. There's no cap or limit on the amount of kids that can be at that camp on Monday through Thursday. And then with McCook Football League coming up in July, we got registrations around town. We have registrations here in studio here. But if you need to get a hold of a registration or some more information on it, my number's 737-1748. So please, I always say just call me directly and we'll get you signed up. We're really already got a lot of registrations in already. We want that to be another awesome league season, and that's what we're anticipating.
All right, super exciting. Let's move on to our weekend poll. Haley, you want to get us started with that?
Our weekend poll this week is best robot movie of all time.
Wow. Josh, you want to start?
Gosh, me and robot movies. I'm going to go, does Transformers count as a robot?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to go Transformers.
The series or anyone specific?
Oh, yeah, man. The one with Shia LaBeouf was like, but like the last one, whatever that one was pretty good.
Yeah. Troy, how about you? Best robot movie of all time?
I got nothing. Hey, what was that one with Ali Sheedy years ago? You probably don't even, I'm too old for you guys to remember.
Anybody remember Short Circuit?
Yeah, Short Circuit. That was mine.
Yeah.
Five Alive.
Number 5's alive. Yeah, that was a good one. Justin?
What's the Will Smith? Is it the iRobot one?
Oh, yes.
Remember that one's pretty good. Where
that was good.
The robot.
That one's too real. That one's scary.
Yeah, it is a little terrifying.
How about you guys? What do you think? Best robot movie?
The Terminator 1 and 2.
1 and 2. Yeah. Tristan?
I don't got nothing.
Yeah.
That was mine, what Gabe said there. So.
Yeah. Anybody else? Haley, what do you think?
I'm going to say Wall-E.
Wall-E?
Wall-E.
There were no words in that. Until
it was cute.
Yeah, right. Wall-E. Well, that's our weekend poll. You can go and play along with that on our Coyote Country Facebook page if you'd like. And post the memes. That would be cool, too. That'd be fun. The next topic for Coffee Club, we're gonna do a couple of topics on golf since we got the Pro-Am next week, and then we're gonna do a couple on football. But for golf first, what is the most ridiculous shot that you've ever tried that actually worked? Who's got one on that?
I'll start back here. I think ridiculous golf shots, you got to have a witness. So I'll throw my brother in there. We were playing a golf scramble it's been a few years ago, but hole 14 at Heritage Hills.
Culver's.
I don't know if you can get to that. Do they even have that landing spot mode anymore over there? What I'm talking about, where you could cut it across. There was a time where that was really mowed up to where you'd take a shot at that, and Ben and I in our limber days or whatever that is, we get it over there in a scramble, and there used to be a tree over there, and so we were tucked back behind that tree a little bit, and it's still a long hole 14. Anybody knows is a long hole. Culbertson hole is as it's referred to, and I took a 5-wood and wrapped it around that tree and knocked it on the green. To this day, that's probably my best shot I've ever hit. And Ben actually, after I hit it, he looked at me and said, "That's the most ridiculous shot I've seen you hit." And so eagled that hole, and I think we ended up winning that thing. So that was awesome.
Elevation was not your friend in that moment.
No, it's total uphill climb the whole way on that hole, and so there's just some you remember over the years, and that was definitely one.
Yeah. Troy, you got one?
Any ridiculous shot I've made was never on purpose.
Truth.
So I really don't have much of a story there, because I certainly never tried to do one that worked out. So
yeah. All right, Haley, Josh.
Hey, listen, I just go out and I try my best.
Yeah, that's what we do. We're good triers.
I was expecting stories like Joe's here.
I mean, I do have one that I witnessed to somebody else. So when we were in Hay Center and they did their memorial golf tournament, one of the guys on the opposite team that we were playing with hit the ball, and none of us, saw it go in. And so we all hit, and we drive down there, and the guy spent like 20 minutes trying to find his ball, and we're like, come on. And my brother-in-law goes, did you check the hole? He goes, there's no way I made a hole in one. And so he just basically, they took somebody else's drive, and we go to put it in, and they putt it, and the ball sticks up. And they're like, well, why didn't the ball go down? It goes over there, and his ball's in the hole.
Oh, my goodness.
And so we're like, okay. So since they didn't take the hole in one, we let him have it because it was still like kind of like a ridiculous shot to get a hole in one.
Yeah.
And so we let them have it on the opposite team.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty awesome to be a part of a group that got a hole in one.
Didn't a kid get a hole in one in the state tournament this year?
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, he did. I can't remember what class it was, but there was a hole in one this year. Yeah.
It was a kid from Paxton, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's right.
That is so cool. That would be definitely awesome. Anybody else got a ridiculous shot?
I mean, I got one that I'll share.
I was expecting one from you.
Yeah. So Eisenhower Golf Course out in Colorado Springs. It's the Air Force Academy Golf Course. It's a really beautiful course tucked in the mountains. And there's a whole bunch of pine trees that kind of line the fairway. On hole 5 on the silver course, I had found myself out in the trees once again. And I was underneath the tree, and there's a big hill I've got to go up, and I can barely get a club on the ball, and I don't know how I'm gonna get this out without chipping. And the thought dawned on me while I'm swinging up the hill, so maybe a putter would work, but I'm like 120 yards away, and I've got to stay underneath a tree, and so that was the only club that would go low enough. And I was like, well, I'm gonna do something crazy and try and wing a putter, and it stayed low enough and above the grass and got me back out into position to make a chip shot. I don't remember what I got on the hole, but that was a really cool shot where it wasn't, a club you maybe would choose normally, and it got me out of trouble. So, yes, that was a good one.
You're like, yeah, I knew what I was doing the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. I'm lucky I didn't whiff and chop the grass out from underneath it a couple times.
Were these conversations out loud, or did you just walk up with the putter?
No, it took me a minute to make the decision because I sat there and I looked at a 4-iron. I'm like, it's still just going to go up too fast. And and eventually I'm like, there is one other club that doesn't have as much loft. What's that look like down here? And we tried it. What did I have to lose, I guess? So
It's fantastic.
Okay, so I think I can hang with you, okay?
All right.
So my husband and I mean, he's pretty good. He gets invited to the MNB golf tournament, right? Okay, so
That's
we're in
next
Rapid
level right
City, okay? I'm a little competitive. For those who don't know it, I'm mellowing over time, but we're like, I think it was like the 13th hole, and he's kicking my butt. It's ugly, and I'm like, okay, I got to do this. And so I'm lining up. It's putt, chip shot, hit the bank, under the bridge, through the moguls, just missed the windmill blade and into the putt hole. Rocked it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
Got
I was
it.
after. Nice.
See, I can play.
Yes.
What was the
Which
verbiage
putt?
that you said?
Tight lie spinner.
Yeah, it was a tight lie spinner. Right in.
That's a putt and me. We're if we want to putt off,
You're fine until the clown hole.
yeah.
I hate the clown hole.
You get laughed at that clown hole.
Yeah.
But that's like whenever we do a scramble or whatever, my family, they're always just like, Josh, just hang out in the back. You're all right. Because my father-in-law's a really good golfer. My brother-in-law can bomb it. And Darcy, she's just really always like on point.
You got the perfect scramble team. That's what you got.
And then they're like, you know what, Josh, since you didn't do anything, how about you're first up to putt? And I'm actually a really good putter. That's my game. Is I putt, because when I was a kid, I went to the Big Apple like every week, and I did a lot of putting.
Yeah.
And so that's what they always say. They always sit in the cart and they're like, "You go putt." I'm like, "All right, let's go." That's my game.
Well, our next golf topic here is if you could bring back I'm sorry. What's the biggest pet peeve, golf pet peeve, or guilty habit? And I know you're going to have one. Anybody else got one? What's your biggest golf pet peeve or guilty habit?
Well, I have a pet peeve, especially out here, Heritage Hills, is when you're playing a scramble or a shamble and you spend all day searching for balls in the crap, and it's 98 degrees with no wind, and you're in shorts, and you come out of there, your legs are all cut up, you're heat stroked, and they're like, dude, you're shooting 95. Do we really have to go hunt for this ball every time you shank it to the left or right?
Let's be honest. I threw a top flight in there. I'm coming out with a Callaway, so
just drop and let's move on.
There is a lot of people that play with Pro V1s out here.
I know.
And it makes me feel real good when I hit a noodle in there and I come out with Pro V1.
Who else got a pet peeve or a guilty habit on the golf course?
I would say for me, when you're on the putting surface, marking your ball with a tee and not, a coin or a ball mark or something like that. That just has always been my, I spent a few years as a golf coach, and that's a big thing you coach players up on is that etiquette. And one of those pet peeves of mine was marking your, where you just stick it in the ground, stick the tee in the ground, pick the ball up. That's mine. So
yeah, that's good. How about you guys? Anything?
At least nobody said drinkers. That was.
I am very guilty of hitting 1, 2, 3 provisional shots. Just in case I can't find the first or
How do you
third
score
ball.
that?
Ish.
Just count.
Ish.
All right.
My guilty one is since my family is much better than me at golf, even though I've been golfing for now 8 years, I'm like, redo. I got to redo that drive.
You do?
Yeah, because I missed hit or something. And I'm just like, you know what? I better just redo that one. I'm still trying to learn this game. So.
I know I can do better this time.
I know I can do better this time. I know I just need to aim left.
Listen, if it's casual and there's nobody behind you, whatever, You're backing up 3 and 4 cards now. Yeah.
Well, that's a problem.
You got a real issue. All right.
Well, the cards should go faster.
All right, we got a football topic here. So, Joe, we'll let you start with this one here. You and your players. If you could bring back any player in their prime to your favorite team, who is it?
definitely a Husker fan. And so, man, if you could bring back Eric Crouch in those days of his prime, you know, those 2000 era, that was pretty fun to watch. And I know we got a really great quarterback right now, so I better be careful what I say. But it'd be hard pressed not to bring him back and, you know, kind of get back to those things of watching what he was doing. So, all
right, Gabe, how about you? What do you think?
I'd probably bring back Lawrence Taylor to the Green Bay Packers because they're my favorite team, and I feel like he'd really bring a good presence to their defense and make them even better than they are now.
All right. Was that yours?
Yeah, Gabe took mine. I was going to take Lawrence Taylor to the San Francisco 49ers, paired up with Nick Bosa.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Okay. All right, Trey, how about you? What say you?
I'll say Randy Moss to the Chiefs because that would be pretty cool, Randy and Mahomes.
Right.
How about you guys? What do you say?
I'm going to say Terry Bradshaw.
Oh,
Bring him
wow.
back to the Steelers.
Old school.
Because we need some help.
That's a Steelers fan up here, so. All right.
I'm going to go into Ndamukong Suh. When I was doing all my football camp stuff, he was my, RA guy. And so he was really a genuine person. And I'm a Broncos fan. And the Broncos need all the help they can get, too. So that's where I would sue. He could change that.
Take Sue to the Broncos.
Yeah, I take Sue to the Broncos. That's where I wish he would have went in the first place, but
yeah,
didn't work out.
All right. How about you guys? Who's got one for that?
I was thinking Tommy Frazier for Nebraska.
Tommy Frazier.
Yep. Peyton Manning. I could always watch Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Keep him going.
All right, Justin.
Barry Sanders would be cool to see. Maybe play a little longer.
Did you ever see Barry Sanders live? Go to a game?
I didn't see him live, but just watching videos.
So I went to a game in Memorial Stadium where Barry Sanders was there. And you know how this happens even like in Little League soccer and football and all that. There are some kids that just look like they're not even trying, they're not even running, and yet they are light speed faster than everybody else. And just the vision that guy had, where we were sitting, you could just see he's a special player, and I could see that day. They killed us that day, but it was a fun time to see him. And the guy,
who was he playing for at that time?
Oklahoma State, and that was a really special. That was a special day. So Barry Sanders, that's a good one. Did you have one?
Well, Tommy Frazier was mine as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, those were the days.
I really, to break my own question, I really wanted a duo. And the duo I wanted was Montana to Rice. Joe Montana to Jerry Rice. That was a connection we'll never see again. That was just special. Plus, he could win on Dancing with the Stars. So, all right. So that's our football question. On to some interesting ones here. Anybody ever been out on a walk, or you found something while you were out on the ground, or maybe found something laying in your yard? Any interesting stories there? Danette, you want to start?
Actually, this one just came to mind. My daughter was back home probably about 3 years ago, and she went for a walk. She lost the cover on her iWatch.
Yeah.
On the county road. And I think it was like a week later. It was at least a week later. I was walking along and saw it on the side of the road and picked it up and got it back to her. It was still there. It was crazy.
How about you guys?
Money, but I feel like that's the weirdest thing.
Where are you walking?
I know.
Well, actually, it was at the Omaha Zoo, and it was like a whole $20 bill. So I just, and I was kind of a kid, and I just thought it was the greatest thing in the world.
We found needles.
Needles?
Yeah, that was and my grandparents, they're like, you know what? We should probably trim that evergreen tree. And when the guy came over to trim it, he goes, you might want to stay clear. There's a bunch of needles over here, so we don't know who in the neighborhood was doing some drugs.
My goodness.
Oh.
Yeah.
As kids, we were told, hey, don't you go underneath that tree. So.
How about you guys?
I have one. So I think it was a couple years ago. Me and my sister were just walking out in our yard at nighttime, and we found one of our calves died that year, and we found one of his legs in our yard, so he died, and the cats kind of got to him, and then my dog drug one of his legs right into the middle of our backyard. And I remember I picked it up and chased my sister with it.
As every
Sounds
brother
about right.
should. Yeah. Anybody else got one? Been out walking?
With 2 young boys at home, anything can be found in the yard, from out there mowing toys, applesauce packets, whatever that is. But
it's like a cat too. Like cats and dogs, they bring you treats to your back door. Like, look what I found. Yeah, your kids do the same thing.
They really do.
So I have something just because of the money thing. We had our 5-year-old grandson last week, all week, and we were walking back to the car from somewhere downtown, and there was a dime on the ground, and I would have just left it there, but I know he would find that cool, so I picked up the dime, and I'm like, hey, here, we just found a dime, and he gets the dime, and he's like, oh, and he's all excited, and I go back to work, but later I find out he went home, gets on his iPad at 5 years old. He can use an iPad pretty darn well. And he starts searching for toys that he can buy. And so then when...
Who's going to break it to him?
Who breaks it to him at 10 cents? So I'm like, did we just drop a 10 on the ground somewhere and say, here you go, too? Needless to say, he did, earlier that day, me saying, you got to stop buying this kid a toy every day, to my wife. like we got to buy this kid a toy today because
We found a dime.
we found a dime. Learned my lesson. Walked right into that one.
Yeah.
I have a funny story since these are hospital people. So in the mornings and stuff, we go that way to get to daycare, and you know the steam or whatever that comes out on top of the hospital. And my child every morning, "Mommy, choo choo," and I go, "Yep, it's a choo choo." And I still to this day don't have the heart to tell him that, you know, the top of the hospital is not a choo choo. One of these days I'll tell him, but it's just so cute because every morning, like clockwork, "Mommy, choo choo."
That's it. Get the art department to go paint a train.
There you go.
That'd be a nice mural on the west side
Not
there.
a bad idea.
Yeah. Okay, next topic for Coffee Club. I'm kind of excited about this one too. What is a sound that instantly makes you angry? Is there a sound that instantly makes you angry? Who wants to
I
start?
think Haley should go first.
Haley? Okay.
Any alarm clock.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Amen.
That's not
Nice.
that you don't wake up to like the radio. Like our alarm clock is the radio when you wake up.
Same here, yeah.
But any of that annoying screeching, that like all that stuff, that just gets me like boiling.
Do you ever wake up past the alarm? I mean,
No, not usually.
you're always awake waiting for the alarm, aren't
Yeah.
you? Just like my dad.
This morning I was.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like you guys want me to say something.
I don't know. What's the sound that makes you angry?
Can I say it?
Sure.
Good morning, Haley.
Yeah, that does it too. That does it too. But
That's it. From now on, you wake in, I went,
snoring.
Bang.
Thank you. That's what I want.
bang. All right. Danette, Jessica, a sound?
Mine is popping knuckles. I absolutely hate that. It makes me angry.
Who's got the desire to pop their knuckles right now? It's a little bit. Crank those out, yeah.
Mine is the sound of animals on the road, whether it's horses or cattle, they should be in. I mean, if you're out moving them, that's one thing. But if you walk out and you just hear animals on the road and like somebody's out, like
There's cows. There was cows out today.
cows out, horses out.
There was deja vu. There was a white cow on the highway.
A white cow?
Yeah, and I went, not today, buddy, not today.
Well, at least you could see that one.
Yeah, the black cow in the pitch dark was not good.
Well, plus you had the semi coming at you. That didn't. It was
And that noise in
backlit.
the dark is even worse.
Oh, yeah. All right. What do you think, Justin? What's a sound that instantly makes you angry?
I mean, I'm definitely with the alarm clock one. The sound of your ball hitting the water doesn't sound good. Instantly aggravating.
Troy, you got one?
So, it shouldn't make me angry because I know how important it is that we do this
Yeah.
all the time, and the fact that the regulations require us to do it all the time. But when our fire alarm goes off at the hospital,
Yeah.
it's always like when you're in the middle of like some real important discussion and you have a
Pause.
deadline, and boom, we have to do a drill. And so then you stand in the hall for 15 minutes, and by the time you're done with that, you ran out of time, and
You're on to
said
the next thing.
discussion's like apparently over. So yeah, that's
How's the sound of your email do?
how's the sound of my email?
Yeah, like when you get a new email, do you go, oh, what meeting is this going to be?
Oh, no, well, I can't hear that when they come in. I can see them just dropping like every second. Yeah, I always say I'm going to spend the next 10 minutes deleting emails.
Yeah. I got a rule. End of the year, I do a house cleaning. I delete my entire inbox because a lot of things will sit in my inbox until I get them done. And
That's because they're sitting in my inbox.
true.
Let's be real.
There's a backup.
But at the end of the year, I'll do just kind of like this purging cleanse thing, and I'm like, if it's important, it'll come back. I mean, I only do it once a year, but you know.
I was this close to doing that yesterday.
But we're
Not
too
on
close to the pro-am.
Not on-
Yeah, she's like, I was like, what happened? She's like, everything got highlighted. Don't push delete.
Derek.
Derek's gone.
All right, how about you guys? The question is, what is the sound that instantly makes you angry?
I would say the 8 a.m. bell at school just ruins the rest of my day until 3:30. So,
Like that.
I would say the buzzer on the dryer because now it's time to fold clothes.
Old clothes. Yeah.
Somehow my husband misses that.
I know. I was like, wow.
Turn it on again.
They don't
Selective
just sit
hearing.
there for a while.
All right, Tristan.
Well, I'm like a big fisherman. I enjoy fishing. So like when you go to cast a bait caster and it end up getting a backlash, that's not a good noise either because you have to sit there and mess with that for a while. So that'd be mine.
I'm doing definitely when you're eating dinner with your family and it's going very nice and then somebody's fork screeches on their plate. This is the worst. And some forks just do it more than others, and I hate that.
Yeah. Speaking of food, let's move to that. Name a food you don't eat purely out of texture. Who's got answers for that one? What's a food you don't eat purely out of texture?
Oh, it's the slime effect. So like kiwi, oysters, on the half shell, can't do that. And then tomatoes are in that category, but I will admit,
come on.
I will admit, I do eat a thin slice of tomato on my sandwich, but it's very thin. It's not that, it doesn't have that goopy crap in the middle.
Just to make a BLT live up to its name or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think like any of that texture, like a raw egg texture. You know what I mean?
Watermelon for me.
Really?
You can't eat watermelon?
I think I've been burned too many times by the mushy stage. So I just don't eat it.
Sad day.
And soggy bread.
Soggy bread, yeah.
Soggy bread is an absolute no for me.
Yeah.
Troy?
I really don't have one that's purely because the smell of cooked spinach is probably worse. But that's a texture nobody should ever have to endure. And then to go along with it, the smell it generates, I'm not real sure how that ever became a thing.
Popeye.
Popeye and Poverty Feud. Yeah, that's good.
I can't say I have one out of texture, but tomatoes are just the worst thing on anything. So they're not a good food.
Yeah.
Found a friend. Jessica?
I went to spinach, but I agree. I think it's more smell. But tapioca pudding. I don't need tapioca pudding.
I'm with you.
A little
Don't
frog-eyed
need that.
pudding and stuff like that?
Yeah, that stuff's, those are fake bobas.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
It's okay as long as it's cooked well. If it's, more doughy, I guess, then the tapioca doesn't bother me. Did you have one, Dana?
I'd go with Josh, the clam. I can't. I don't even know what they taste like because I can't make myself
Try
that.
How about you guys?
I would say slimy chicken. Like to grill out, and if I'm cooking chicken, it's got to be on hot. Crispy wings, crispy something, not slimy chicken. Not good.
Anybody else? Okay. All right, we're going to play a couple games, and we got birthdays and anniversaries after that. If you want to call in the birthdays, 345-5598. You can text those into us also, and we'll get those on the radio for you. Birthdays for the 30th, 31st, and believe it or not, 1st of June? Are you kidding me?
All right.
Wow. So we're going to play a little game which is called Which is Older? I'm going to give you two topics, and you tell me which one you think is older, and then we'll kind of run it around the room. See who agrees with you. Troy, you're first. Which is older, the first electric refrigerator or the first electric washing machine?
Which is older?
Yeah, refrigerator or washing machine?
Let's go with washing machine.
He says washing machine. Who agrees?
What'd you do without the electric refrigerator?
I don't know. But he is correct.
Yes.
The washing machine came out in 1908, and the refrigerator was 1911. So, good.
Wow.
You just dig a hole and pray before?
A lot of salt, I think, is what they used to do.
In the cellars.
Yeah. All right. Which is older, Justin? The publication of the first Agatha Christie novel or the first Sherlock Holmes?
Oh, boy.
I know a little American literature for you here.
The Christie novel.
He says Agatha Christie. Who agrees?
I'm going to, because Agatha is a deeper, long history name than Sherlock.
Okay. Anybody disagree? Who said it? Okay, right here. You would be right. Sherlock Holmes was 1887. Agatha Christie was 1920.
Oh.
All right, let's see. Jessica, you're up.
Pressure off me.
The founding of McDonald's or the founding of Burger King, which is older?
McDonald's.
Who agrees?
I agree.
Everybody? All right. Yeah, McDonald's was 1940. Burger King was 1954. Danette, you're up. The invention of the World Wide Web or the first email sent, which one is older?
I think email.
Okay. You guys agree or disagree?
Didn't you need the web for?
That's what I was wondering, if you needed the web to do the email.
I think you could send internally before.
She's pretty smart. Yeah, she got her right. 1971, Ray Tomlinson is who sent the first email, and the invention of the World Wide Web was Tim Beamers in 1989. So 71 for the email, 89 for the World Wide Web.
Well, I remember Mr. Vroman in
Oh, gosh.
computers
I had him as
way
a teacher,
back in
too.
the year. And he was emailing somebody in a distance. I mean, that wasn't way back in the 70s.
Well, that's going to make you feel younger if we had the same teacher.
Right.
Okay, all right.
My daughter still has Mrs. Harris.
It was like,
My dad and my 12-year-old and I all had Mrs. Harris.
yeah, she's going on like 30, or no, what Mom say? They just got a plaque this year. It was close to almost 50 years, I think.
All right, one last game, then birthdays and anniversaries. You guys can pick a representative. Who wants to answer it? Gabe? Everybody pointed at Gabe. So we're going to play Spy the Lie. I'm going to give you 3 stats. You tell me which one the lie is, okay?
Okay.
All right. Is it that gorillas are primarily vegetarian? Mammoth Gold, Baby Boo, and Big Macs are varieties of pumpkins? Or polar bears are left-handed? Which one is the lie?
I'll go with the pumpkin one.
He says pumpkin. What's everybody else?
Doesn't it have to be polar bears?
First
'Cause
one.
why would they all be left-handed? You think so?
Yeah?
I don't know. I believe that's where it comes from.
All right.
With pumpkins, too. Pumpkins, that sounds
Pretty
good.
cool.
This will work better if you're watching on the Facebook Live, but those that think it's the gorilla one, raise your hand. Okay. Those that think it's the varieties of pumpkins, raise your hand.
He lives on a farm. I'm going to go pumpkins with him.
Okay. Polar bears are left-handed, raise your hand.
Well, I said it, but I have no idea.
Not taking your own advice, Eric. The answer is the polar bears. That is the lie. Polar bears, yeah, they can't all be
Maybe they're
left-handed.
predominantly left. I wonder who did the research on that.
You know, it was government
It's
funded.
I'm sure
It's government funded work.
I'm sure we paid for it.
That's that Doge.
Exactly. Which acts were they, watching to figure this out?
Millions of dollars right there.
Grabbed a salmon with his right one.
Yeah. Mark that one down. 7:53 and birthdays, anniversaries.
Which hand did the Coca-Cola bear drink with?
That was animated, so that depends on the programmer.
Animations
They
are real
trained him.
too.
Oh, but surely it's based off research.
Thanks, Trey.
He had a teacher
Appreciate you being
that
here.
changed his orientation.
Yeah. So it's time for the birthdays. If you know anybody celebrating a birthday today through the weekend, we'd love to know about it. You can post it on our Facebook page, the Facebook Live if you want, or you can call it in 345-5598. You can text that in too, and we'll put it on the radio. All right, who's got birthdays?
We had one called in. Carrie Miller from Palisade has a birthday on Sunday.
Who else? I got Shannon Owens has a birthday. Gus Lesky has a birthday. And Cindy Peterson has a birthday today.
My list, Ryan Soutfeld, Gus Liskey, Cammie Cox, Lori Clough, and Amber Webb. with birthdays. So somebody's got to win these fantastic prizes.
A donut from Ember's Bakery, ice cream from The Scoop, a sandwich from Jimmy John's and Coca-Cola.
All right, so who's the birthday winner?
Let's go with Carrie Miller from Palisade.
Come by the radio station and pick those up sometime today. And we'll
Since
get you
I'm
those
not
prizes.
going to be here next Wednesday, I'd like to give a shout out to my grandma, Bernalda Nelson. She will be 90 on the 4th.
Well, happy birthday. 90 years old.
Yeah.
Very good. Absolutely. All right, so let's do a nice little wrap as far as activities that are coming up. We'll go reverse order here. Start with Joe Vetrosky. You and the players all getting ready to go for the summer activities, right?
Yeah, once again, kicking off our camps on Monday, June 2nd, with our older players in the morning. Then we put another plug in for our youth camp that same day, Monday through Thursday, 10:30 to noon. That's open for grades 2nd through 8th going into next school year. So if you haven't got signed up, please show up, and we got registrations available. We don't have a cap on that as far as a limit for the number of participants. So excited to get that going for 4 days next week.
Let me ask you, too, how exciting is it for you to see something you've taught these kids, but hear those things come out of their mouth to the other players?
Yeah, it's humbling. It's something that's gratifying. I think that's something that maybe the players don't know personally, but a lot of I would say parents or people around the community that I have side conversations with, whether it's at McCook Football League or something like that. They constantly tell me it's so amazing that your players are out there coaching the kids up. And, at the end of the day, that's what's most impactful. And the kids that come to our youth activities, they feel that's the most rewarding thing about it. And, almost selfishly too, as a coach, when we get to our own season, it's something when the players can coach it up and know what's going on, and I think it makes them even better players on the field when they're put in those positions and things like that. So I really feel like we got a lot of really smart, intellectual guys, and then they put that use with our youth players, and then obviously putting a plug in for Cook Football League coming up in July, the second week in July, right after July 4th. Grades 5th through 8th are eligible for that. That's a full contact league for 3 weeks, and really excited to get that going as well in July.
Again, that's open to anyone that wants to be a part of it.
Yeah, it's not just McCook kids. It's Southwest Nebraska. We've even had kids come out of Northwest Kansas and things like that. We just love to make that league as many teams as we can. It just makes it that much more fun. We've really been proud of what we've been able to do in that league for a number of years, and we're just excited for another summer with it.
And I can't believe how many people, like when we went and watched, the coaches got more intense than some of the players. And it's like people from your coaching staff and your team.
Yeah, I'm really glad you said that, Josh. Obviously, we got to have people coaching the teams, and a lot of our players do that. We have alumni come back and coach teams. We have coaches on my staff that coach teams. It's really just a really tight knit group. A lot of hands on deck for that, and then you put it all together at Weiland Field for some game nights that we put on. And there's a lot of people that are involved in that, and we really appreciate all the help and the support that goes into that. It's a big operation, but we're so proud every year we're able to put it on.
All right. What's your number for people to get a hold of you?
Yeah, any questions about any of the activities we got coming up this summer, please do not hesitate to reach out to me directly. Either just call me or text me at 737-1748. That's my number. You can get a hold of me, and we'll get you squared away for the summer, the things that we got going on.
All right. Thanks for you and the players coming in. Hope you had a great time for Coffee Club today.
Appreciate you having us today.
Stick around a minute, but we've got Jessica and her team ready for the Pro-Am 1 week from today.
The Pro-Am next Friday. And the last thing I just want to leave the McCook community and surrounding areas with is next Friday, Friday night, Pro-Am. The horse race starts at 4 o'clock. We invite the public to come out at 3 o'clock, bet on your pros. Give Justin a holler here. Give him a heads up if you're planning on coming out. He'll work to get a cart reserved for you, but the public is invited to come watch these pros do their thing. And it's kind of cool to watch them, especially after they've already played, kind of through one time and then to go out. Jim Hall is a board member for the Health Foundation, also a volunteer to our team, and he will be narrating the event and telling everybody and announcing the players and what's going on. So do come out. Again, 3 o'clock, bet on whatever pro you're interested in. And we anticipate starting at 4. That might flex a little bit depending on the day. But let me recognize real quick our sponsors, M&B Bank, M&B Insurance, Sampson Construction, Strategic Design is our presenting. Our horse race sponsor, Edward Jones Investment. Platinum sponsors, First Central Bank, Go Light, McCook Family Medicine, Parker Hannafin, Pinnacle Bank, Southwest Nebraska Physical Therapy, and Wagner Auto Group. And as I mentioned, the list just goes on and on and on. So
73?
73 sponsors
73, yeah.
thus far, and I appreciate the phone. I've already gotten a couple more messages this morning, so thank you. We appreciate your support.
Very good.
Yeah, just to add to the horse race, guys, that's a really cool environment. Come on out. It's $25 for in a cart. There's a beverage cart that follows us around. We all get to sit there and watch a bunch of really talented golfers play Heritage Hills. And if you like golf at all, this is a really cool environment. It's a lot of fun, and we welcome you guys to come on out and watch us beat the golf ball around the course. So,
other than the Pro-Am, obviously you give lessons, and the course is available for public play. How does that work out?
Yeah, so we have a membership that anybody can join the club. That gives you discounted rates on the course. It gives you discounted rates on our merchandise as well. And then we are open to public. We've got weekend rates and weekday rates, so a little bit cheaper during the weekday, Monday through Thursday. I give lessons. Greg Arkin, our assistant out there, he also gives lessons. So feel free to call the golf shop, and we can get you started. I can promise you that good golf is more fun than bad golf. So we can get you playing a little better. We can get you having a little bit more fun.
Everybody's shaking their head in agreement on that one. Pro-Am next week, so.
But at least you're golfing.
Yeah.
Agree.
At least you're out. That's always the fun part.
Oh, the course is so gorgeous.
Yeah.
Just being out, definitely see the appeal of it.
There you go. It's Coffee Club on a Friday morning, the 30th of May, 2025. Happy
Weekend Eve.